Many people have broken relationships. Many people are struggling on how to maintain relationships with people, especially the right people. You can be so successful, achieve all your goals, but if you have the wrong people in your life, I'm telling you, life is going to be either difficult for you or you can never reach the goal you want to achieve. So in today's conversation, we're going to be talking about the different types of people in our lives, how to maintain those people, and how to identify those people, because no one is an island. You need the right people in your life to survive. I need the right people in my life to survive. Whoa. Welcome back, y'all. It was crazy out there. I just came back from my lab and I was talking to a lot of people today, right? And one of the things that I do hear a lot from people, they don't know how to maintain relationships with people. And I am not just talking about just the romantic relationships. I'm talking about relationship with people in general. So today when I came out, right, and I came to my room and I was like, what am I going to talk about today? Well, here's what God placed in my heart, right? Let us talk about the types of people in our life, how to identify those types of people, and how to maintain those types of people. So, before we get right into the conversation, let me take off my lab coat. Ever since the COVID came, many people have been suffering with depression, loneliness, and isolation. According to research, this was a research that was done from the Harvard University here in America. They discovered that over 36 of Americans are suffering from loneliness, including 61% of young adults and 51 of young mothers. And you may say that, oh, this is just America. Let me tell you something. Many other people all around the world today, whether you're a young person or an older person, many people are struggling with loneliness and depression. Many people have to create happiness. They have to surround themselves with people in order to be happy. But they don't have the right people in their lives. So in today's conversation, we're going to be talking about the different types of people in our lives, how to maintain those people, and how to identify those people, because no one is an island. You need the right people in your life to survive. I need the right people in my life to survive. So if we don't know who is who, it becomes a problem because you give equal access to everyone, and this is a problem. So in today's conversation, let us get into the 4 types of people in our lives. And these are dividing people, subtracting people, adding people, and multiplying people. I am going to divide them into 2 separate categories so we could understand their roles and how to identify them. So number 1, the dividing people. The dividing people are people who make it obvious that they don't like you. Ever since you met them, they told you that I don't like you. And these are people who make it obvious that they don't want anything to do with you. And they are proud of who they are. They will do everything possible to destroy you. Even if you do everything right, they would always see a problem in what you do. These are people you got to be very conscious about. How do you identify these people? Number 1, these people are very pessimistic. Life has problems, but these people, everything they think about is evil. Everything they talk about is evil. They never see the good side of you. They're always pessimistic. If you have a vision and you have a goal and you tell those people, I am 100% sure that they will kill your vision right at the spot. They cannot see the good side of you. Secondly, these people emphasize on your weakness. We're all weak. You have something that you're struggling with. I have something that I am struggling with, even though it may be different. But these people focus on your weakness rather than your strength. Let's say, for example, you're struggling with an addiction and they know that you're struggling with this addiction. They make you more addicted to that thing. And most of these people are very toxic, but these are people who would divide everything in your life. Ever since you met them, they divided your joy, your peace, your happiness. And today, many people struggle on how to leave those relationships. But here's what I always say to people. 2 years in a prison, it's better than a lifetime in a prison. These are people that you must be very careful, extremely careful, if you want to pursue your divine purpose in life. And the second type of people is the subtracting people. These types of people may not look so extreme like the dividing people, but these are very dangerous people. And I mean, these are people who are very manipulative and deceitful. Their goal in life is to slowly destroy you. So how do you identify these people? Number one is they're two-sided people. These are people who would come to you only to hear your problems. They want to know everything about your life. And it's good to have friends who are very passionate and they care about you personally. In fact, I would say that your friends are supposed to care about you and they're supposed to want to hear your problems. But these are people who would come to know things about you so they could use them to destroy you. For me personally, I am more afraid of these types of people than the dividing people. And the reason is because the goal of the dividing people is quite obvious. Like you could tell by just interacting with them. But the subtracting people are very manipulative. They come like they like you and they support you, but deep down, they're stabbing your back. Number two, they always come and talk about other people to you. And I don't mean talking about people in a good way. They talk trash about other people. They come and destroy other people to you. So you could believe them and you could trust them. They come to you and say, you can trust me. But when you leave, they are talking trash about you. Here's my philosophy, and this may not work for you, but if you come to me and you are talking trash about other people, then I become more afraid of you because you have the potential to do the same thing to me. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. On this channel, we talk about success. We talk about the different ways you can live a happier, productive, and a successful life. And we get into real conversations on how to navigate life in general and achieve your divine purpose in life. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing as we get into the conversation. And the third types of people in our lives are called the adding people. They add into your life. And these types of people may not be the richest people, they may not be the most famous people, they may not have everything in life, but they always use their strength to help you. How do you identify these people? Number one, they help you turn your weaknesses into strength. These are people, if they know that you're struggling with something, they come to you and say, how can I help you? How can I support you? If you're going through difficult times, they come and say, hey, I am there for you. What can I do to help you? These are people who, when you have problems, you can always call on them and they're ready to help you. Number two, when you do wrong, they call you out in a loving way, very upfront with you to tell you that what you did was not right. You could have done it a different way. They're not there to destroy you, they're there to support you. These are people who will push your button. They may not be perfect. They may have their own problems, but they are always ready to accept their wrong. Hey, I did something wrong. I am sorry. How can we have a conversation? They motivate you to do the right things. If you have a friend who's always calling you to do wrong things, you have to be careful. Those people would destroy you on your way to success. And the last types of people in our life is the multiplying people. I call them the divine helpers. Did you remember when you were young, you always had that uncle who would come up to you and drop some money in your pockets? That's right. When you needed that money, when you needed that help, they were always there for you. But these, I call them the divine helpers. And how do you identify those types of people? Number one, the multiplying people are people that will come at a specific time in your life. Especially when you pray for something. These types of people may not be your relative or your friend or even someone you have never met before. And God brings those types of people to help you. I remember having a conversation with one of my friends and he told me that he went to the store to buy something, but he forgot his money, the money that he needed to buy. And this person at the right time and at the right place came and helped him. The difference between the adding people and the multiplying people is that the adding people usually stay in your life for a very long time. The multiplying people may not always be there for a long time. And these are people who God will put specifically into your life to help you for a specific reason, for a specific purpose, and for a specific calling that God wants you to step into. You may be listening to this and you are thinking about the different relationships that you do have, and you are wondering, whoa, I think I know the types of people in my life. Don't just kick those people out. Let us talk about how to maintain those people, because you need those people in your life to succeed. Number one, I want you to know it's okay to let people go. There are times when you may identify that people have no role to play in your life. it's okay to let them go. There's a time and season for everything. And if someone wants to leave or has no role in your life, whether you're in a relationship and you know that toxic relationship, it's not helping you, especially to pursue what God is calling you into, I think you should leave. And you should leave as soon as possible. Number 2, do not give equal access to everyone. You should know who is who. However, you cannot kick everyone out of your life. If they want to leave, they could leave. But you should remember that you need those who are not going to believe in you. So when God fulfills His purpose in your life, you would know that it's only God who has done that for you. And the last and the most important thing that you need to know as you build up relationship is to pray for God to reveal what types of people are in your life and how much you should give them access into your life. Because many times out there, we have people who talk about all those motivational speeches but fail to address the spiritual aspect, which is what would help you implement those policies. Only God knows the human heart. The Bible says that the heart is the most deceitful. Who knows our hearts? Only God knows who is who. Today, someone might be evil. Tomorrow, they might be who God would use to help you pursue what God is calling you into. As we have conversations, I'm thinking about Judas, the relationship between Judas and Jesus. And you would see that Judas was one of the disciples of Jesus for a very long time. From the beginning of Jesus' mission, Jesus knew that Judas was going to betray him. But yes, still, he allowed Judas to stay. He didn't kick Judas out, but yes, still, he knew that Judas had a specific mission, and therefore he must be very careful with his relationship with Judas. And I think this is something that we need to learn. You need those who would not believe in what you're doing. You need those who will subtract in your life so you can trust in God more. You need those who would divide things in your life so you know that the true happiness only comes from Jesus. And you need those who are going to add and multiply in your life so that you can pursue what God is calling you into. So if you like this discussion, let me know in the section the types of people you have. How do you maintain those people? And what are the different examples that you could give to help other people? Because on this channel, our goal is to achieve a holistic success and to help you pursue what God is calling you into. I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Hold up, before I leave, don't take your lab coat out from your lab, okay? My lab coat stays in my lab, and this is just an extra coat, okay?